Dear students, today we are going to talk about heavy cold. There are colds and heavy colds, but only heavy colds are worth talking about. It is only with a heavy cold that you can claim to be ill. People are not always totally sympathetic, so it's important to describe your suffering in great detail. With other illnesses, you can ask people to feel your forehead to see if you have a temperature. But with a heavy cold, it's not a good idea to ask other people to feel your nose and ask how runny it is. To have a truly heavy cold, you need more than just a runny nose. The standard supplementary symptoms are headache, sore throat, temperature, sickness, achiness, and a cough. Once you have got 3 out of 6, you can call the boss and skip work. Loud, repeated sniffing is good on the phone, but don't try to communicate general achiness or you may come across as a bit too melodramatic. Your cough must sound as though you are starting an old car in cold weather, and you must cough at least 3 times on the phone during any conversation with work. Saying you have just got a temperature is not good enough. You have got to have a raging fever of 45 degrees. Stage 2 is bad. A heavy cold requires bed rest, and you need to make sure you have got all the right equipment. A large box of tissues is vital, as is the little collection of used tissues around the bin, where you haven't got quite the energy to throw them in. You will also need some paracetamol to cope with the symptoms of your cold. One of the nastiest is the headache and vomiting shortly after having the hot toddy specially prepared for you by someone who claims to love you. You normally lose your appetite and go off your food when you are ill, so if you find yourself eating a lot of cake and ice cream, you are more likely to be pregnant. There is a saying, feed a cold and starve a fever, or starve a cold and feed a fever. Neither makes much sense. These sayings are used by elderly relatives as an excuse to give you the country soup they make by feeding leftover vegetables into a blender and which will have you on your feet in no time. You'll certainly be on your feet, but you'll just be running quickly for the lavatory. The final phase of the heavy cold is the hacking cough, where you feel much better, but you still sound like death. Use this time to get maximum attention and pampering from your loved ones, and to make more deathbed phone calls to work. Finally, go back to work fit and ready, and realize that the people you thought were doing your work for you while you were away have also been off with a heavy cold. Thank you very much for your attention. Please look at the word list and learn them by heart. Goodbye.